Hi, welcome to the lecture of the programming Arduino. Actually, this lecture is provided for Arduino and other programming software as well as Java. And today, our agenda is going to be, we are going to teach you about the data types like char, integer, long, and unsigned. And we're talking about the syntax. That we used to declare before, or it could be the syntax of many things like if, else, something like that. And the next one, we're talking about the loop and operation like if, for, switch, case, and mathematical operation like plus, minus, multiply, and divided. The next one is about the logic operation like and, or not. And the function like the pin mode, digital write and delay. The function we will not too much focus on this lecture. We will have it more when you connect to the Arduino, and combination like serial read, serial pin. If you take a look at the Arduino.cc website, you find out the reference, and the reference they will contain every function that you can use in for the Arduino, and that function is declared and defined as a one part in the library. So, for example, the pin mode, digital line and digital read is used to control the Arduino, and some function like comparison operation, Boolean operation, compile operation. Somehow this function have been used to other language as well, include similar to the including the data type operation. The structure of the programming, Arduino, they divide the into two parts. One they call the void setup. The void setup we use to set up the hardware, basically like pin mode as the input or the output. And the second one, we use another one structure they call void loop. So the void loop is used to control the Arduino board, and you can write down some operation in the void loop. The syntax, the first syntax is define, sharp define, and sharp include. The sharp define start with the constant name and the value. For example, sharp define LED pin 3. It means that you declare the LED as a pin number 3. We use this one before you start to do the structure. The include is used to include outside the library, like you include other library, for example, the servo motor library, or you can include the music library. We'll talk this one later. So when you use the want to include, you put the sharp and include. Next one, the syntax about the semicolon. The semicolon is used to end of the statement. For example, integer is stand for integer, and a is a variable equal to 13 and semicolon. It means that the a equal to 13 and you stop with the semicolon. So the program, you know that you this finish the one statement. There are other type of the syntax that I will show you later. And this one, the example of the curly bracket, the syntax is curly bracket. The curly bracket is used to control the statement inside. For example, this one is a one type of the statement, like do a while loop. And if you use a do while loop, this one loop of this. So the curly bracket will show at the beginning of the statement and until the end of the statement, and it will running like loop. For example, if normally we start running from at the beginning of the bracket and the end of the bracket, and then you start again, and then start again and start again, like a loop like this. Similar to this one, start from the first line, go to the second line, third line, and then go to again 1, 2, 3, 4. This example. Other loop like this one is a for operation. The same thing. You talking in the next slide. The condition statement. If you use if else, so it means that if the condition finish this loop, so they go to the next loop, and then they go to next loop until it's end. So it's coming back to at the beginning of the loop. The comment syntax. Comment we use is a line in the program that you to inform yourself and other about your work. Like you want to take a note, you use / double slash like this, and then your note is like this. And if you want to have a longer, or you want to hide the program, you use / and star like this and end with like this. So the one that under the syntax you change another color. And actually if you use / so it's it could be only one line. The data type, they have several data type. One is called the Boolean. Boolean take only 1 byte of the memory. It could be true or false, like or yes or no, something like that. The char take up only 1 byte of memory, and the number is from -120 to 127. For example, the char for variable called C1 equal to alphabet A, or char for C2 equal to 65. This one somehow it's actually related to the ASCII code. We'll talk this one later again. And the byte used to is only the 1 byte, and store the value from 0 to 225 byte. For example, byte B equal to B10010. So it's quite the store as a common value. Maybe you didn't understand what it is, but you need to open the ASCII table to understand of them. Another data type that we use a lot is int. Int stand for integer. That require 2 bytes of memory, and you can use like the int LED pin 13. It means that you assign the pin, this pin to be this variable pin, LED pin equal to 13, and the pin number 13. The long is consumed around 4 bytes of memory, and this is store value from -2 million. Sorry, 2,147 million. To -2 to 1,147 million as well. When you use integer, it doesn't have the decimal number, like it cannot be the 13.5. So that's why you need to use the long instead, or float. So for example, you want to use the number 13.5. So that value that they store differently. the long and the fourth is more stall, more longer. Array. If you take a look at the array actually is look like a collection. You can see as a collection. For example, I have a member A1, member A2, member AT, something like this. And array is a collection or the container. So I can put this, or you can think it's like a basket that you collect all the information. So the example of the array number, this one starts from in the integer, and you have a value and the 2. So it means that the 2 element of array, if you have put the 0 equal to 42, so it set the first element of the to be 42. And if you put 1 equal to minus 42, it set the second element to be minus 42. So actually, if you put only 2 without equal to some value, so it means that the amount of the number in that array. But if you put equal like this, so it means that they put number the first element equal to 42. Normally the array will start from 0 first. The member is from 0, 1, 2, 3. And in the sum of the array, like if you don't put any member inside, so you put the 42. This one doesn't decay, so you can this one as well. So it depends on how the number is going to be. The next one of the array of character, if you put the array like this, so you put the number. For example, this one, the location is array the member number 1, number 0, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if I ask that the array member 0 is going to be A. If I ask you that, okay, the character of string A number 5 is going to be N. Don't forget that it starts from 0, not start from 1. And you can declare the array like this as well, without putting the number of the member. And this one you put the number of the member to X, or you don't put the number of the member and you put the member instead. So you can declare array in many different ways. The ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So the computer can only understand the number of the ASCII code, and the ASCII code is represented by the characters such as A or at A. So we use the ASCII code when we transferring the data from the physical device to the computer. For example, the ASCII code 10 is a decimal. Decimal it could be 101. If you use 2 as a binary, it's going to be B101. It's 8 octal, it's going to be 0101, and 16 hexadecimal is going to be 0 multiply 0x101. So it's called the ASCII encoder. And the ASCII encoder, you can take a look in the ASCII table. Somehow you need to deal with the conversion of the ASCII and the number. For example, if you take a look at the ASCII number, if the deck is 49, so the character is 1. This relates to between the keyboard and how they send the value. If the 50 is going to be 2. If the A, deck 65, character is A. The serial actually used for the communication between the Arduino board and the computer or other device. Like you connect the laptop and the Arduino together, and they send the from the serial port to USB. Normally we doesn't have the serial cable in the laptop anymore, so we use the USB. So you send value 1 0 0 1 0 0. The serial command, they have many types, like serial variable. They used for checking the serial connection to the computer. Serial begin speed, so they set the data rate in bit per second. For example, we use the serial 9600 or 5076 6000. You can think as a modem. In the past, we have the baud rate of the modem going to be 9600. It means the speed of your modem. Serial pin value. Actually, this means that you want to pin the value, like you serial pin 70x, you keep 78. And this could send the value to the outside the computer as well. Serial pin, but if you use serial pin DEC deck, so it keeps 78 as a decimal, and if you use a serial pin 78 hex, it means that they give the value 4E as a hexa as ASCII code. Serial pin LN, the pin data to the serial port as human readable ASCII text following an new line character. Actually, the difference between serial pin and serial pin LN is that serial pin LN is a new line character. Serial read, reading incoming data like a keyboard. For example, integer incoming 0, incoming equal to 0 dot read. So they're waiting the data. For example, you typing something on the keyboard, and then that value can be used in the Arduino program. The mathematics, the match for the Arduino, they have the operation like plus, minus, multiply, slash, and modular is a symbol as a percent. For example, the result equal to value 1 plus value 2. So it means that when they do this operation, they will assign the value from the right side to the left side. Similar to the value 1 minus value 2. So it's going to be like this. Value 1, the last one result equal to value 1 modular value 2. So it's equal to x 7 modular by 5. I can give you y is going to be like that. The result is 2. So it means that 7 multiplied by 5. So it's like this. So the last one is 2. So it could be like this. Similar to the 9 multiplied by 5. So the rest is 4. So the value of the modular is 4. That's 1, 2. The random function generate the pseudo random number. For example, you can dice the dict that's it's going to be the random coming give the value of random to you. In the syntax, you can do something like random maximum, random minimum. Sorry, random maximum, or you can make a random minimum as comma maximum. The minimum is the lower bound of the random value, and the maximum is the upper bound of the random value. Comparison operation. The comparison operation is a way that you can compare both values together. For example, x and y, and use the symbol equal and equal. And if you use the x hyphen and equal y, so it means x is not equal to y, x less than y, x more than y, x less than or equal to y, y more than or equal to x, This is an example of the comparison operation. We can use this in the if else statement. For example, this is if else control condition as well. If some variable more than 50 and you do something. If some variable less than 50, you do something else, you do something in here. It means that you do something in this loop or you do something in this loop. If another example, like if some variable less than 50, you do something like this, do thing A. It's more than or equal to 1000, you do something like this, and else do something like this. Switch case condition. When you use switch case, they have a variable here. Switch case different from if else because the if else you start from like if you go to else, if, and then you go to else. Otherwise, go to next. It's going to be line by line. But the switch case, similar to the T diagram, you have case 1, case 2, and or default. So the switch will go to the case directly without passing the step by step, like waterfall, like if else. So it's save the time and memory. So the way the switch case do, like if they put the value, for example, if the value equal to 1, so it's go to case 1 colon and do something like this. If case equal to 2, so it's go to here, and if equal to after maybe 3, it's go to here default. And the thing that you need to cautious is about the break. They have a break every time they finish the case, and the end is a default. While loop. Sometimes you want everything in the program to stop while a given condition is true. So syntax is start from while and do something, and then you coming back like this. First line, second line, and then start again. So the while loop actually is a way that we can make the operation do loop again. To check, for example, you want to blinking the LED, so use a while loop. The for loop, the while loop is have some limitation in terms of how long that they can loop. The for loop actually they have condition incrementation and when it start and when it ends. For example, initiation is when it start, condition when it ends, incrementation is or decrementation, or decrement is mean that it's step. For example, for I integer I x equal to 0, x less than 100, x part is mean that, and then you print out n x is mean that if x equal to 0, you put the 0 here, and then print x. So the first one x equal to 0, and then it's finished, and then go to the second one. X equal to 0, x equal to 0, x 0 less than 100. It's okay. It's true. X pass. So 0 plus 1. So equal to 1. So x. So x print x equal to 1. So 1. The second one for the second loop. 1 x equal to x equal to x equal to 1. 1 is less than 100, so x part is got to be 1. And then you pass 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. So the loop will count if it's until 100. So it will print x 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 100. The next one is a Boolean operation. The Boolean operation is similar to the logic. For example, we have operation like AND. Example like if this digital lead equal to high, and if this condition is high, and if this condition is high, if both of them is and this one we call AND. Then it's true, right? Both of them need to be true, so it could be true. But if some of them, like if it's false, other one is true, it could be false, or true, or this one false, it could be false. Both conditions need to be true together. The next one is OR. If first condition is true, and the second condition is false, so it means that if any of them is true, it's going to be true. If it's false, it could be false. If it's true and it's if it's false and if it's true, it could be what? It could be true. So the OR is different from AND. If either one is true, it's going to be true. But the AND, you need to be true for both. So you get the two. Not if hyphen and X, it means that if it's not this condition, so do something in the statement. The local and global variable. The local variable is a variable that we use either a variable that declared in a function, and global variable is accessible in multiple scope. Normally we use a local, like you put the int x equal to something, and somehow you can use, but actually this one declare in the scope, but when you use the global, this could be you can declare outside the scope as well, like this one loop and this another loop. And you can use this variable in other place, this loop or other loop. Okay, thank you for watching, and then we have an exercise. Don't be afraid that I have a lot of information here. When you do the exercise, you will understand it very clearly. Thank you.